Rah!
Just real quick, our first Sage Gomez, our first blue corner, Victor.
Ah, look at that.
There you go. We got to keep track of these things. And we'll rank the shorts for you later.
Oh, wait, they did switch the corners.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, wait, that's the one they switched the corners in?
Yep. So Colin was actually blue corner for that fight.
And you told me that beforehand, so this could mean something, folks. Look, we're trying to make it fun for you here at Gut Check, but it's no fun for some people when they're in there getting on the end of some of those shots. But you know, they're trained professionals, and they come in here to do work. But I mean, I am humbled this evening right now, just sitting here, because that's what you love about this. You never know. Having worked the last fight, it was a little bit more technical throughout the evening.
A bit more decisions throughout the night.
It just was, and I loved every minute of it. But I mean, I have to admit, I'm a sucker for
You want to finish. It's the excitement factor of it.
And I'm blown away by these finishes we've had tonight. So just shows you the quality of shots.
Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Give a round of applause for Louis Apollo.
I love seeing the matchups of fighters that get put together, and also the matchups of different gyms we're getting to see. Lotus Thai Boxing we've already seen, and we have more fighters from them coming out on the card, and we have Coach and Dojo as well. Two great camps with great coaches. Going to be fun to watch their skills put on display here as they represent their respective gyms.
All right, that's a little throwback.
You can't put too much.
First guy. Good point.
Hope he likes Lincoln Park.
The following contest is presented by MVJ Athletics. Taking place at 145 pounds, this is a Muay Thai rules bout scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, this fighter is 34 years old, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall. Tonight he makes his Muay Thai debut, weighing in at 145.2 pounds. He hails from Annapolis, Maryland, representing Kogan Dojo. Give it up for Kuhei Craft! Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this fighter is 25 years old, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. Tonight he also makes his Muay Thai debut, officially weighing in at 145.8 pounds. He's coming to us tonight by way of Long Island, New York, representing Lotus Thai Boxing. Give it up for Louis Apollo! Your referee in charge, Bazooka Joe Stripling.
All right, Bazooka Joe gets the nod, and I have to point out, I believe the youngest fan I've ever seen ringside over there.
We've got about a 3-month-old here, ready to take on some of the action. Red corner came right out of the stare down, looking intense. He had a mean look in his eye, and we're seeing that play out right now. These guys are getting right to it. My goodness.
Is it me, or has the southpaw straight left, the straight left hand been just the punch of the night?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of, I think about 3 of the matchups so far have been southpaw and orthodox matchups, and a lot of these matchups have unfortunately seen some low blows.
Well, that kind of is what you had mentioned. It just lines it up, but yeah, it's got the excitement factor there. They both came in, but whew, wow.
Especially both being debut fighters, you're going to see them have a lot of excitement here in that first round. If it makes it to a second round, which not many of our fights have so far,
I know.
We'll see those.
But I have
pace slow
the
down.
only thing that concerns me a little bit there is I could see both guys punch flexing, which is I mean, just
it's exhausting.
It's
flexing and tense the whole time. It's going to definitely take its toll later.
And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. If that matters. So we'll see if they get past that. But as much as we can critique that, that can win the fight for you. So you have to be prepared for it.
Swinging a big rear kick there. Got to set up with the hands a little bit first.
And the best setup for that kick would be the opposite hook, right?
Yep, either straight jabs or lead hook coming around.
Oh, a beautiful Now, look at that.
Kraft with a beautiful right hand dropping his opponent.
Bam! And
He's got his eyes locked on him now.
I got to point out that Rapolo has still
intense.
In the anger, not frustration, but the flexing, I'm calling it, that the exertion that he's putting that, you just can't carry on.
Like I say, maintaining that demeanor even can get exhausted. And it seems like he might be holding his breath a little bit too on these shots. His nose is bleeding. He cracked him real good with that right hand. Did blue corner.
And very nice. Good head movement there. That's a very good point you make. And I just think that that's something that maybe we'll see how it pans out. But he needs to work on a little bit there. Just calming that down a little bit. And flowing.
Coué is definitely showing his right hand now. That punch has landed, and he is showing it before he throws it a lot. Yep.
Kraft is showing his craft there.
Great jab.
I have to say, I give Rapolo credit though. He's still moving. You know.
The knockdown didn't deter him from that forward pressure and aggression he was showing, but that round definitely goes to Mr. Kraft in the blue corner.
No doubt on that. And my concern was that Rapolo was angered by that, and you know that you can't. And that's gonna again drain you and potentially. It looked like he was walking in to make a mistake, but he kept it together. So
he composed it, and it seemed like towards the end a little bit, Coué out of the blue corner, his cardio was dipping just a little bit, whereas Luis Lapalo was keeping that intensity up even through the knockdown. That round definitely went to Coué, but it'll be interesting to see how the momentum goes in the second round and who's got a little bit more gas in the tank. Both guys' first fight.
Yes, I always bring it back to Dan Henderson, you know, who would say, "Hey, I took that round off," you know, and it was one of the funniest quotes. But you know, whether it's MMA, whether it's kickboxing, doesn't matter. You know, there are times where you are saying, "Hey, I'm getting my breath, you know, getting my bearings." So that could have been what we were looking at there. But
I see some controlled rests there.
You got to know when the time to do that is and when it's not. So here we are, round two. Gut Check Promotions. What night of action here tonight. My name is Brian Palker here with Jeff Knapp, coming off a big win himself, and there's a big kick.
And he set up that kick, and it touched the target there. I like to see when he sets up his kicks, they seem to get to the target much better.
And you were right, having that jab, then the kick, that kind of marks it a little bit. And another example of the shorter of the two having to, maybe use an overhand, but that's good cover that he did there. I just don't quite know
Good
the
job
breathing.
getting right back to center, and I do like. It seems like the frantic movements of Luis is kind of troubling Kraft.
And I'm a big fan of that.
Yep, but like you said, a lot more feints, a lot of movements you're not sure if you need to react to because they're a danger or if they're a feint that's setting up the danger coming.
Nice body shot there. Disrupt the friendly fire, because that's not what this is. This is you fighting to win.
And Luis Lapalo does not accept taking any shots.
Now what?
That was a slip. I believe he kicked the front leg there and just dropped him off balance. It wasn't an actual knockdown there.
I was going to say, please clarify how that could have been a knockdown. Heavy breathing.
Yep, and big swings again. He set up a couple of those kicks and they're landing well.
Is the tide turning?
Again, Luis Lapolo's pressure has not dipped from the start of the fight to after the knockdown. He's got the same demeanor, the same pace.
And this is what blows my mind. He is able to go at this pace and almost like you mentioned, holding his breath at times.
I'd like to see Coué get back on that jab a little bit. Southpaw jab will get down there, but he's letting Luis come in at will whenever he wants. You got to give him a reason.